Alright, guys, we are going to be heading to Oklahoma City. I already told you, if you haven't been seeing on social media, I'm going to be covering Energy FC. They are a USL team, and I'm really excited. We will stay tuned. I will be live at the event as well, taking plenty of pictures, plenty of stuff. It's a little bit rainy and a little bit wet, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. Hit you guys up later. Peace. Alright guys, we are out here with the first ever pre-game show for the SKYCAST. We are here with Energy FC as they take on Tulsa FC for the Black Gold Derby. This is the first of 4 that's going to be happening this year, and you know your boy Sky is going to be out here covering everything. I'm not going to miss a beat. I hope you guys are enjoying your day. I've been enjoying mine so far. I've been inside the press box, met some really cool people, really down-to-earth guys, so I'm really excited to get out here, get some clips, some photos, and we'll see how this day goes out. Hopefully we come home with a dub. I'll hit you guys up in a bit. I'm gonna try to get in some shade because it's kind of bright out here, and I've been out here working, getting footage, so I'm a little sweaty. I'm gonna cool off, but I'm gonna be back in no time. Alright guys, we are getting ready to start the game in less than 15 minutes for this pre-game show. I know I told you I was going to get back. I got rested up, and we out here. You have not noticed, we out in the audience right now. I'm not on field level just yet. So, we out here, we're going to get some things going. Hopefully be able to get some more clips in, but I'm excited. Seen some, got some really good video of the players having a little warm up, so we're getting ready to see some games happening.
Take out the first ball for tonight's match.
This in, Donovan right into the middle and then cleared away. An appeal for a handball, and a big appeal at that. If there was a gripe.
It's a long ball to the far post here. It gets knocked back in. Let's have a look. Ooh, there is. Yep. If there was VAR in this game, that would be a penalty.
Oh yeah, away from the body, absolutely. It's a knock to that far side. Another cross coming in towards the penalty spot. Stevenson got a touch. Osmond goes down. The first one, the handball. Definite. That one maybe
but
a little
hard
bit
to
more
see.
gray area.
In fairness, referee, very hard to see.
Agreed.
Even that one's difficult to see.
Bijev once again. Good ball in. And OKC pull one back. A big goal by Connor Donovan on his club debut. And here we go. 15 15 minutes to go, 2-1 Tulsa. Shape on this ball in from Bijev. Here it is again.
Yeah, it's a perfect ball in, but it's hard to stop a big central defender when he gets away from you there. Kevin Garcia was marking him, but if the ball's good in the box, if the run is good, it's very, very hard to stop a big man like Connor Donovan.
All right, guys. I am going to be heading to the house. I am leaving. I finished up all the stuff that I needed to do. I had a family emergency come up, so I'm going to be leaving short. But I got some real exciting news, some real good clips, some good recordings and everything like that. So just stay tuned. And I appreciate everyone staying tuned to the SKYCAST. This is our first free game show. I enjoyed it. Hope you guys did too. All right, I'll hit you guys up later. Peace.
All right, Connor, we're coming off the first match of the season. Break it down for us. What are your general thoughts?
I thought it was just not a great first half. I think we didn't get into our game. We were a little sporadic and a little chaotic, and they were able to poach 2 goals on us, and against a little bit of some unlucky bounces for us, but just not a great first half. I do think the second half was a lot better, but soccer's a 90-minute game, and we got to put a better first half in and not go down 2-0 going into half. So.
Yeah, you know, with Frank Lopez out and also Tommy, obviously it's going to get hard. It was going to be hard to get anything going offensively, but how did it feel to get that goal?
That was good. I mean, in that moment, it's a 2-0 game, so getting a goal right there is massive for momentum, and I thought it did shift momentum a little bit. We just didn't cash in on that. But no, I'm happy to score my first goal for Energy, and hopefully there's more to come, but instead of losing, hopefully we get wins when I score too. So.
Obviously not the end result you wanted, but what does it mean to you to just be able to get out there and give these fans kind of a sense of normalcy in the football soccer?
Yeah, I mean, to give them a sense of normalcy is awesome. It's also a sense of normalcy for us. It's been 7 months since our last game, so to be out in front of a great crowd and in a great atmosphere, they did a great job. Our supporters and then the fans in both sides and both sections, it was a great atmosphere. So we're happy to be able to give them some sort of a out in the world, you know, with COVID and everything like that, and with the vaccines rolling out, hopefully we continue to get more people out to the games and we can give them some wins.
This is your first Black Gold Derby, and we do meet Tulsa again. How does this game set the team up for the rest of the games this season?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a new team. Obviously, there's a lot of new faces. That's not an excuse by any means, but we are still getting to know each other, and I think the performance in the second half is indicative of how we are still growing. And you can see we want to play and we want to be together, and so I think just growing those relationships and continue to go. But there's 31 games left, so we can't hang our heads after one loss. Obviously, it would have been nice to win the first home opener, and our goal this year is to make playoffs, so we got to start winning at home, and we got a good chance to do that next week.
What adjustments were made at halftime? Because like you said, a much better team.
Yeah, I think we just started to play our game. I think the first half we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. We were playing down the side and then not coming back in and not switching point of play. I think we were able to get guys like Arun, Aiden, and Hiroki and Bijev on the ball more, which I think was lacking in the first half. And so finding our playmakers, I think we were just able to keep the ball in better spaces and we weren't forcing things. And then also I thought we were better to second balls in the second half, which we kind of lacked in the first half. I think we were aggressive, but not aggressive in the right spots. We just didn't pick up second balls. So getting the right guys on the ball was massive for us in the second half, and then also just trying to get on second balls. Go for it.
Break down that goal for us.
Yeah, I
what
mean,
you saw that got you
yeah,
right in front of the net.
Yeah, I mean, I backed off their line a little bit just to give myself a little momentum and running start. So it's kind of hard for the defender to get a guy that's running full speed at him. BJ put a great ball in. I had a pretty easy job from there, just a little redeflection and redirection, and on that play, it's just basically the server, and all I have to do is just put my head on it. So it's a great ball. All the credit to BJ.
Yeah, there were some, calls tonight that probably didn't go your way, but can you just talk about how good Cochran did in the goal tonight?
Yeah, CJ's a solid goalie. We have really three really good goalies. CJ did come up big for us with some big saves today, and as a center back, I pride myself on making CJ's job as easy as possible, but he does have to step up and make some big saves, and he did that, and that's something we're going to continue to lean on throughout the season, and obviously he's an experienced guy, so he's ready for us all the time.
I know you touched on a little bit about that match that we have at home next week.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to build on tonight to hopefully get the result next week?
Yeah, I think it goes back to the drawing board for us just this week, looking at the things that we did wrong in the first half, and looking at the things we did right in the second half and trying to put a complete 90 minutes together. We can't come out, like I said, and put ourselves behind the 8 ball so fast in the first half and then have to play catch up from the second half. So I think it's just looking at the film, trying to figure out what we did wrong, what we did right, and fine-tuning a couple things, and then coming back and making Taft a fortress for us.
As many calls, texts, and people kind of bombarding me with questions and comments as I was coming up here, having to do with the referee. I want to make sure that we don't discuss that at all tonight. I will leave that to the league. I will leave that to the pro, the organization that runs the officials, and I'll leave that to our ownership group to deal with.
All right, JP, this was the first Black Gold Derby of the year and our first season opener, obviously the season opener. But there were a few injuries that impacted our lineup. Can you explain your general thoughts on the match and how those injuries impacted our game?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the injuries impact every team. Would I like to have those guys healthy? Would I like to have Frankie and Jaime healthy, our 2 strikers? Yes, I would have. Would I like to have Zach, our starting right back, healthy? Yes, I would have. Would I like to have Charlie? Yes. However, we don't. And that happens throughout the season. And it's the next guy up, and our players know that. Their mentality towards it is fantastic. I can't fault anybody for the way they played, especially in the second half. I don't think we were great in the first half, but in the second half, we were wonderful. And listen, injuries are going to be an issue that are going to crop up all year long, all season long, and we'll deal with them. That wasn't the reason for us losing the match tonight. But I appreciate the question.
So can you just talk specifically on the defensive line, because they seem like they're making really great decisions to start, really good at keeping their spacing, but as the game kind of entered the end, you could see them kind of get fatigued a little bit. Can you just talk more about that?
Yeah, I don't think it was, towards the end, I don't think it was so much fatigue as it was just chasing the game. And we were sending more players forward. So we were telling guys in the right opportunities that they could go forward. And so it left holes in the back. We weren't as well balanced defensively in the back because we were chasing the game. But that's part of it. We've still got to learn to be able, even if we're outnumbered at times, to be able to handle the match at that moment and try to continue to put pressure on them and get that tying goal.
And you were able to keep your shape well really defensively whenever you're trying to get the ball back and gain possession. But it seemed like it was a little bit of a struggle to get in that attacking third.
Yeah, it was. And I think maybe that might come back to some of the injuries and the fluidity that we lost over the last week or so. But, those things happen. Again, like I said, and we're still in the early phases of the season. So there'll be some of those rhythm things and the communication things that get better. But, listen, tonight was it was opening night. Everybody got the jitters out in the first half. It was a much better second half. And hopefully the referees get better as well as the season goes along.
Obviously not the result you wanted, but what does it mean for you and your team to be able to provide a sense of normalcy for fans of both teams?
Listen, first of all, the support this evening was fantastic. The number of people that were here, and we're still in this, this mode of COVID and masks and all that stuff. I thought the support was fantastic from all the people. It was loud, it was vibrant. You could see people enjoying themselves and chanting and having fun. So it's really good that you get those kind of numbers out on this. And I expect that as the season wears along and the city, the state, the country opens up more and more, you'll see even more people here.
What adjustments did you make at halftime?
Really, we didn't do much at all. We talked about our way of playing and what we were lacking in that first half that we would normally do. And then we talked quickly about why that was, but really that's not so important as to why it happened. It's, can you understand what it was that went wrong? Can we change that in the second half? And the boys did that, which makes me quite happy.
Well, when Connor got that goal for you, did you feel like that was going to give you momentum to come back and maybe get an equalizer late in the game?
Absolutely. I thought we had a chance. I thought the guys did everything they could to get that equalizer. And as I said, I think we were hard done a little bit by some of the calls. However, I thought the guys did everything they could to try to get that. To answer your question, yes, once that first one went in, I thought there was no doubt we'd get a second.
And I know, you had 3 preseason friendlies, but with so many new faces on the field tonight, do you feel like it just took them some time to get going together?
Maybe it had something to do with it, but listen, I just think it had more to do with it being a new group and a new team and not really knowing and understanding how to play together yet. It's just, it's the moment too. It's an opening game. It's the first time some of them have played here. So I think it's going to take a little bit of time, but listen, once the first half was over and they came out for the second half, all that was gone, and I thought they played really, really well.
Kaufman obviously had a few really good saves tonight. Some goals, obviously not his fault. Can you just talk about the kind of game he played
CJ?
Yeah.
You called him Carl. You threw me there for a second.
Okay.
No, listen, he had a very good game, and he was one that was injured. We were also wondering whether we'd lose him for this game as well. And we rested him for a couple days and then got him back and got him into the swing of things, and he looked very sharp tonight. So I was quite happy with his performance.
And can you talk about the decision to put Kodai in late?
Yeah, I mean, what we were really looking to do was to get Bijev on the ball a little bit more. So we wanted to tuck him inside, and Kodai was just a logical replacement to put out there. He did very well when he came on. Bij helped us in the middle of the park, and it changed the game a little bit for us.
Now, the amount of free kicks that we had in this game in our favor was quite incredible. How can you speak on how the team kept their cool throughout the entire game when left and right there were fouls?
Yeah, well, it's a good question. I actually thought that our players, although they were getting hit more often than they probably should have and more than the referee was accounting for, they did stay very calm, cool, and collected, and they played through all of that. There was no one that really got involved in any type of altercation, any kind of issues with language or with cards or any of that stuff. So I was quite happy with their discipline.
Do you have any health updates? Are you close to getting some of these guys back?
I'd rather not say right now. Probably check on the doctors and see how everybody's going on Monday, but yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Can you talk about your overall feeling moving forward? This is, your first loss of the season. Still really early, though. What are you looking forward to doing and improving on next game?
Well, looking forward to get back out to training on Monday, and I'm really looking forward to the game next weekend here. I just want to see how the guys, once they got those first game jitters out, how they look. As I said, if we come out and play in the second half, if we come out and we're a little bit more compact and our shape is good, and we continue to play going forward and switching play, and not trying to bang our head against the wall. If we're going down the right side and it's too clogged, get out of there and go down the left. If we can do that, we'll be quite good.